So, like as many of you know, that I lost my grandmother recently this year. Probably one of the most influential people in my life, for a couple different reasons that I won't get into. And in losing her, what I learned was that there's a couple things that I won't ever catch up to. I might not catch up to a certain height, and I'll never catch up to somebody who's older than me. And especially when you are at those 70s, 80s, really, if you track back the things that somebody in their 70s and 80s have actually lived through, you really got to ask yourself, how did they manage through that? And I've had the good fortune to lately, and I know my grandmother's spirit is extremely strong, but I've had the good spirit and good fortune to be surrounded by people. I mean, in their late 70s, 80s lately, and what you might think is, you don't really know too much. Perception, once again, if you focus on the things that they don't know, then yeah, obviously it seems like they're a little dated and they're out the loop. If your perspective is really focused on the things that they've lived through, and we're talking about segregation, we're talking about rulers of dictatorships, world wars, we're talking about just horrific things, the Great Depressions, economic declines, hell, no cell phones, no internet, none of those things. And you think about what these people have had to endure. I mean, I remember my grandmother taking rides with her in East Texas, visiting other relatives, and talking about not having restrooms inside the home, having to walk out, and you're talking about no, real electricity running through these areas, and having to deal with that. And for them, an outing was, going to church all Sunday. I say all that to say that give somebody older than you a chance. Listen to them, absorb what they say, and know that when you get to that age, you have nothing to gain by trying to defraud you or mislead you. When you get to that age, the only thing you can give back is your knowledge and your mentality. And I've been fortunate lately to really have that in my life, and it's humbling, and it keeps me well grounded, because the fact of the matter is, the same place where my grandmother is laid to rest at. I have quite a few friends that are laying a couple doors down in those same spots. And so they never got an opportunity to experience life, to experience the things that I'm going through. So I would really just kind of, if you could sit with somebody older than you, and for kids, sit with somebody who's 40. For adults, sit with somebody who's got a little bit on you, and appreciate it. Appreciate it, because they're going to give you glimpses at things that you're going to be dealing with, and they're going to give you a look at the future. So just humble yourself and take it for granted. I've been very fortunate. God's good.